And okay, we're live on Instagram and Facebook Live. And we're live also with this beautiful woman who's sitting in front of me right now. She's alive. And she's Suzanne Somers.
Is that my new introduction? She's alive?
She's alive.
Okay, all right. Well, hi. So, I'm sorry I'm a little late. I was putting on my favorite earrings, and I can't find the hole in this ear. Have you ever had that problem? I've spent 20 minutes on it. Watch, it'll go right in right now. No, it's not going to go in.
I've got 3 jokes ready to go with that line.
I'm going to have a sip of tequila. Top of the morning to all of you.
Okay, top of the morning to you.
The best earrings ever, so they just need a little patience, right?
Now, you know what it is? I still have nerve damage in these fingers, and I can't get, I don't have the feeling to, it's frustrating. I need to get,
the sense of it.
But anyway, here are my beautiful earrings. I can't remember which of my books bought those, but that was really a nice thing many, many years ago. So look at this one.
Very nice.
I've got one on.
You only need one.
Yeah, maybe that's all I'll wear is one.
Yeah, you just wear one,
Right.
one earring.
Right.
Yeah. So
Can
we
you
can.
do it with the left hand?
I was trying, and I was in front of the magnifying mirror, and I think,
Oh, I hate those magnifying mirrors. I'd put a bullet in my head if I had to use one of those.
That would probably help you.
no, he can't. He's really bad at putting on jewelry. I had a necklace on that I couldn't get on, and so he put it on, and I had put it on, then I realized, oh, it's upside down. It's really uncomfortable. So I took it, he took it off, and then he put it on, and when I went to look at it, it was upside down again.
But who did
Well, I'll
that?
tell you what looks really pretty. Your hair and your makeup and your
Okay.
outfit. It's
Okay.
all very soft.
Okay.
You look like a dusty rose dream, I'm
Oh,
going to say.
oh wow. You want to go out for dinner?
You really look beautiful.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And tonight we have all the things that will make you beautiful. I ran into someone over the weekend who said, I've been using your skincare because I'd given it to this woman as a gift. And she said, I never got around to using it. And now that I'm using it, I've never used anything so great. And I said, I know, because it's our product. It sounds corny when I say this, but honestly, I've never tried anything as good as this either. It's just incredible. And the peace of mind that comes with having no chemicals in it, in this world especially. So that's what we're going to show you tonight. Do you have a theme for this show tonight, Caroline?
Well, yeah, you guys have, so many of you have asked, what order do I use the products and how do I layer them? So we thought we would do a show today where you can see how Suzanne puts the products on and, how she does it for morning and how she does it for evening. She and I do it a little bit differently, so we'll talk about that. But also we have a free gift, which is the bonus size ageless serum. And that is a $75 value, and you get that today if you order anything over $100 at SuzanneSomers.com. Automatically goes into your cart if your card is over $100. You'll get a little pop-up.
What she said. I think I just found the hole. I think I just found it.
Amazing.
Amazing. Like putting it on in the dark. No, I didn't. But next time. All right. One time when I was on camera on Shop NBC, so many years ago with Kimberly Wells. You all remember Kimberly? She's a great girl. And she said, how about we take off our makeup on camera? And I thought, no, it's okay. All right. Because I had TV camera makeup on. And so at the end, I said, let's do it at the end of the show. And at the end of the show, I see her take this everyday cleanser and put it all over her hand. And then all of a sudden, she puts it all over her face, including her eyes, and rubbing in her eyes and rubbing under. And I'm looking at her thinking, oh, you're not going to be happy you did that. Well, she didn't have blurry eyes and she wasn't blinking or anything. So I thought, so I did it too. And you know what? It took off my eye makeup and my mascara perfectly because there are no chemicals. Nothing was blurry, nothing was irritating. And that is how I call it a twofer. that is how I take off my makeup at night. I just put the Everyday Cleanser all over my face and eyes, and then gently wipe all the mascara off and the eyeshadow, and then get the rest off. It makes your skin so soft. It cleans your skin beautifully. It's got beautiful ingredients in it. In fact, I could read them to you. I was so busy with my earring that I buried this on the bottom. Moisturizer, no, of course it's the very last one. Not targeted night, oh, that targeted night cream, way to use that. And the eye cream, oh, that's great, liquid oxygen. I actually don't have a paper for Everyday Cleanser. Do you have a paper that tells, oh, I'm out of it today. It's right on the front. Okay, it doesn't say though what's in it. That's what I was looking for. It's got antioxidants like Brazilian pepper tree, but I know that it's olive based and it's just loaded. If you, no, it's not on here either. I thought we had it written all down the side of the bottle. Anyway, it's good stuff. It's all organic. There's nothing in there that can irritate your face or eyes. When I used to sell this on television, I would have the model not use anything but ours for 28 days, because it takes 28 days for complete cell turnover. And then at the end of the 28 days, I would ask her, then go back to your other ingredients that you used to use. And I remember her saying, after 28 days of you using this, and then I went back to my expensive department store skincare line, she said, it was red and stinging and hot and irritated. And I said, yeah, because it's got chemicals and your skin got used to not having chemicals on it. Think how dramatic that is, really. It's very dramatic. That we're so used to chemicals that our skin goes, yeah, it's bad for us and it's irritating, but you're used to it, so what? And then you get off of it and find that, wow, there are other skincare products that do not harm you, do not irritate your skin. So it's great stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Ella Zantonio said, the Everyday Cleanser is outstanding. It really does take off everything, eyeliner, mascara, makeup. If it gets in your eyes, it does not sting at all. Best product I have used as a cleanser.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Me too. I used to not care what I cleaned my face with. For many, many years I used Noxema, which I liked because it was, I was a teenager and good for my pimples, I thought. And so this is the first time I've really latched on to a cleanser. I would never use anything else. The only thing I would use different is if somehow we made an improvement to this, which I don't know how we could make an improvement to this. So that is the Everyday Cleanser.
So Stacy Rosella, I'll never use another eyeshadow after using yours.
Well, because it doesn't irritate, does it? We've got organic skincare, hair care, color cosmetics, meaning eye makeup, lead-free lipstick, toxic-free household cleaning products. It makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. If you look at the disease rates out there right now, and I'm not making any claims, but look what's happened since we've introduced chemicals into our lives. People have gotten sicker, they've gotten fatter. There's a whole industry that is thrilled that we're using chemicals, because then they have all the medicines to say, that's what allopathic medicine is. You go to the doctor, go, I've got a sore here. Okay, here's my problem. They go, here's the solution. The solution is a drug. And what I'm trying to bring to you, I'm not anti-drug. I needed them last year because I was injured. But, did you lose her?
Yes.
Oh. I'm not anti-drug, but when you need them, you need them, and they're a godsend. But what if you could do it first without any drugs? Wouldn't you prefer that? The day that I could get off of the medicine from my injury, it's been almost a year that I've been off medicine. Wow, what a difference. What a difference. And then I think I recovered so well because I use all these products that don't have chemicals in them. And I swear by it, I really do. So anyway, then you use the toner. The toner has willow herb and olive leaf and no witch hazel, no alcohol. And the reason we don't put that, because usually a toner is an astringent, we don't want to dry it out. What we want to do is open your pores with the willow herb and other ingredients in here, so that it's ready for all the next products. And this is how you use it. The next thing, skin brightener made with Akmela blossom. Do you have any of that at home? No. And my friend Yusai Khan in China has the most beautiful skin, and she has a cosmetic line. And the biggest product in China for all Chinese women, maybe men too, but I know women, is skin brightener. What does that mean? It doesn't really brighten. What it does is it helps in fading dark spots and evening out your skin tone. So that's a great thing to put on after the toner. And then after the toner, Alan's favorite product is what, Alan?
The liquid oxygen.
Yeah, he loves it.
I love the liquid oxygen.
It's like giving your skin a drink. It's made from oxygen suspended in liquid, but that's not all. We put lentil extract, apple extract, and one other.
Chicken soup.
Watermelon extract. I knew there was a third one. Not chicken soup, Alan. And then the next thing is the ageless serum, which may be one of our most extraordinary products. And it all came about because when I was first making money on Three's Company, I saw this very expensive cream, and I thought, you know what? I'm working now. I can afford that. It was $150 a jar. But everybody said it's got these peptides in it that and it's like the greatest, and it's got sea algae in it, and I forget what else was in it. So I was talking to my formulator. This is the very first product we made. The next one was the sunless tanning lotion. So I was talking to my formulator, and I said, with my $150 cream, think you could get close to this? She goes, I can get so much better than that. And I said, what do you mean? She said, well, if you remember in chemistry, I don't, when you mix oil and water together, because you can't, but if you denature the water that you mix together with the oil, it mixes and becomes a cream. But the denaturing of that water is a drying out process. And so what I was doing with that cream was putting all those great sea algae peptides on my face, but I was drying out my skin because of the fact that they turned it into a cream. And it turns out they only put like a little handful of the sea algae peptides in it. This, ta-da-ta-da, is all sea algae and African birch. And the nice thing, they're plastic bottles and they don't break. I was just testing.
Non-BPA.
Yeah.
Non-BPA.
And sea algae and African birch. And African birch was used in Africa for centuries as a medicine. So you've got sea algae from purified waters, and what was once considered a medicine in there, and it is great. Peptides are the buzzword in wrinkles. This is loaded, whereas the $150 cream had a couple of sprinklings. This is all sea algae from purified waters. Where are you going to get that? I know. Thank you, Al. I'll take one at a time. Okay.
And what Suzanne means by that, a lot of times when people market an ingredient, they're trying to, put a whole marketing campaign behind an ingredient, but they really only put a small amount. We put the maximum amount that we're allowed to in the formulation. Some products, if you do more than that, it has to be a prescription. But Suzanne is very generous with the expensive botanical actives that make the product work really well.
And why not? I mean, the idea is using the highest quality ingredients that we can possibly use, and as much of it as we possibly can. The next is the greatest moisturizer you've ever used, ever, called Bioactive Moisturizer. It's loaded with CoQ10. Why do you care? Well, we're cells. They say 65 to 85 trillion cells. That's what a human being is. And every cell is made of protein, fat, and carbohydrate. That's the outer rim. But in the interior is the mitochondria. Wears out as you go along because they no longer are making sufficient or taking sufficient CoQ10. So this bioactive moisturizer is loaded with CoQ10. So when it gets on your face, which is all cells, the dead cells that are starting to make your skin look kind of sallow get energized by the CoQ10 that's in the bioactive moisturizer. Kind of like, have you ever had an outboard motorboat? When you pull that ripcord, it goes bam, 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 bam. That's what I envision happens to the skin. So when you have little kids and they go outside and they're playing outside and their skin's all pink and sweaty from running and doing and jumping. Gosh, they have so much energy. Because they're making tons of CoQ10 in their mitochondria. They're all energy. This is how we get great looking skin back, by putting the energy back into the skin, by energizing the mitochondria in the middle of each of your cells with CoQ10. That's kind of cool. And then this targeted night cream. Oh my God, that is so great. Here it is. I forget about, Carol and I were talking the other day how we forget about some of the products because we have so many. And when we brought this out not too long ago, yeah, there it is. I started using it again. I went, wow.
It's an amazing night cream.
Amazing. It's like giving your face a facial at night. You put it on, it's got biomimetic peptides. Do you have any of those at home? No. It's immediate tightening and film forming properties, anti-aging actives, supports the architecture of the skin, the structure of the skin. It's great. It's great. It's a lot of words, but it's great. It has oat extract, saccharide isomerate. It has edelweiss flower extract. Do you have any of that? It's a rare alpine flower. See, when I'm up there picking the alpine rose stem cells for our other cream, because it's a lot of work for me to climb all the way up there.
Well, I'm pushing you.
I also bring along, I pack some extra for the targeted night cream. Why, I just bring buckets of edelweiss flowers extract.
It's amazing.
I know.
And you can carry it all down, too.
I carry it all down,
Yeah.
including the alpine rose stem cells and all the things I have to pick up there in the alpines. And then last but not least, don't ever go to bed without this. There are a lot of things you might go to bed without, not this. This is the, we call it the little pot of gold. It's the targeted eye cream. This does have alpine rose stem cells in it, and it is great for fat bags and dark circles. I'm allowed to say that. You know, when you're allowed to say that, it means it really happens. It really works. I love this, and Alan loves it. I hand it to him at night, and I love the way you put on eye cream.
Bruce rubs it on his eyes every night, and he uses it in the morning too. He rubs it so hard. like, honey, just pat, pat, pat.
Yeah.
Just a little pat, pat,
Yeah.
pat.
Who was that guy on that show, Queer Eye? Carson, somebody?
Carson Daly?
And he used to always say, pat, pat, pat.
Oh, Carson, yeah.
Pat, 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 yeah. So that's what we got today. And this is the order in which we prefer you use them. You can use them individually. You can use them haphazardly. You can use them however you want. They're all going to work. But in terms,
like in the morning you would use the bioactive moisturizer, and in the evening you would use the targeted night cream.
yes,
Always.
always.
I use less of the serums under makeup. Like I will pick usually one serum in the morning under makeup, and at night I load all three of them on, or more, depending on which ones.
I get so confused because right now I like to use, I've got it on right now, the Healthy Glow, which has a little bit of the tanning serum in it. And I live out here in the desert in all this sun, and I like to look tan, and I'm not a tan person. So I've got to do a lot of juggling because we have so many great products. I don't know what to use next.
Yeah, it's true. But like the reason there's a difference between the bioactive moisturizer and the targeted night cream. The targeted night cream, a lot of those actives in there that Suzanne was saying help support the structure of your face. They're a little bit heavier, so it might be a little heavy to wear with makeup over it. But at night, that's when you want to put it on.
Yeah.
It's giving you that like film forming protection that kind of holds your face in place, and it really targets those wrinkles. So that's why we recommend that one at night. The one during the day, the bioactive moisturizer, you can use that day or night, but it's a wonderful product to layer makeup over as well.
And you know what else is great is you can put all this on and your face will not look or feel greasy. And one of the main components is this toner, because instead of tightening the pores, which is what toners usually do, this opens your pores and leaves it ready for the rest of the product. So it goes into the pores and like fills up, makes your skin look better because you've got layer after layer, but it's not a greasy layer. If you did all this with, over-the-counter products, you'd slide off your pillow. But this just makes you look fresh and beautiful.
So Wanda
Yeah,
Horton
a lot of
Gutierrez.
people are asking about the Healthy Glow, Suzanne, what order. If you're using Suzanne's Healthy Glow tanning lotion, that is a moisturizer with the tanning actives in
Right.
it. So after you put on the toner, put on the Healthy Glow 20 minutes.
I
and then
kind of, it's such a moisturizer. I don't, when I use the Healthy Glow, I usually put the liquid oxygen under it, and that doesn't seem to interfere with it. Then I put the Healthy Glow over it, and I kind of don't do anything the rest of the day. Then at nighttime, it's da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Okay, Wanda Horton Gutierrez said, how do we order? And the answer is, you go to SuzanneSomers.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Very simple. It's all
Yeah,
there.
you guys remember, anything you order today that's over $100 at SuzanneSomers.com, you're going to get the free gift, which is the bonus size ageless serum. It's 2.5 ounces. It's a huge jar. It's going to last you for several months, and it's a $75 value. So it's a good
Yeah.
day to jump in.
So this is the large one. Here's our regular size one, which lasts me a long time. Look at the difference. This you get free today if you spend $100. We like giving you stuff. This is how we get you to try new things. And I bet after you use all this, you'll go, huh, that's pretty great.
So Deborah Johnson said, you cut out. And the answer is, I know. I think it's very windy here today. And so we're losing connections, but just for like a second
Yeah.
or two. That's
Not
it.
like yesterday. Yesterday was so windy.
Yeah.
We went up to look at our new house, and when we were up on the hill there, I looked out over the whole desert, and it was like had a brown, it was brown, no, in the atmosphere, and that was all dust and sand and pollen. I sneezed and sneezed. Thank God for Nasal Renew. Every time I start having a sneezing fit, I take 2 or 3 Nasal Renew, and within 15 minutes it stops. You too? Al?
Pardon me?
You too?
You
Nasal
too?
Renew?
What about nasal
You
renew?
didn't hear anything I just said?
I was actually reading.
Oh.
Are we off of Facebook, Ellen?
Pardon me?
Are we off
Is
of
Facebook still
Facebook?
working?
No, it's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cutting in and out.
Oh, it's not. It only cut in and out a couple of times, but
Okay.
for a second. But it's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al's taking me out for dinner tonight.
Where are you going?
We don't know.
Our favorite restaurant.
Oh, okay. So tell us about your Mother's Day after.
Oh, just a
after our
moment.
Mother's Day on Friday.
Okay.
Hold it. Hold
What?
it.
What?
Here's a request that I've never heard before.
What?
Okay, where is it? Oh, yeah. Audrey Meyer said, Suzanne, do you have a tongue care routine?
Well, you know, we have a toothbrush that has a stainless steel back. And for some reason, when you brush your teeth with this toothbrush and then you take the stainless steel back and go over your tongue, if your tongue is white at all, it goes completely clear. And we're going to include that in our line, and then we decided not to. Do you remember why we decided not to?
Because it just didn't really do anything.
Really? I like it. I actually use it.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. When my tongue gets a little coated or something, which is not often, but it takes it away immediately. Let's look into it again.
Okay.
You know, it was at a time when we were introducing so many new products that it was like, eh.
Well, let's look into it.
Yeah.
Actually,
So my Mother's Day, what? What?
I think the stainless steel on the back of the toothbrush was primarily there to get rid of bad breath.
Oh,
But that's what coated tongues can do. That I think it's all interconnected.
do I ever have bad
Bacteria
breath,
on your
Alan?
tongue.
You've never had bad breath.
You don't either.
Yeah.
I think because we eat so well.
Yeah. Even after garlic.
Yeah, last night with the chicken, was that garlic great?
Of course, how would we know if both of us are smelly from garlic?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we would know. But I think when you bad breath comes from upset stomach. We never have upset stomachs. We may have stomach issues. We may have constipation or bloating or things, but not like food that's not digested in your stomach that you're regurgitating. That's because we take the hydrochloric acid. God, that stuff is incredible. I can't live without hydrochloric acid, the digestive enzymes, nasal renew. If I'm not going to take anything, and the probiotic and prebiotic, if I'm not going to take my vitamins, which is like a big handful. I always take those. I take hydrochloric acid with every meal. I think about it like, what are you going to eat and not digest your food? And I'm at an age where I don't make digestive enzymes or hydrochloric acid anymore. Probably a lot of you don't either. It's just, aging is about worn out parts, and you get to a certain age and the stuff that always was there isn't there anymore. And so my business is based on putting back what you've lost in the aging process through stress or chemicals or aging itself. And it's kind of an interesting concept, isn't it?
It is for me.
Yeah.
And Annie Lone said Facebook is working here in Manitoba, Canada.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
know Annie? Do you know Alan from Canada Television?
Well, if she's over 80, she knows me.
No, you could have, like I remember Howdy Doody, and I was just a little girl when Howdy Doody was Howdy Doody. You were kind of Howdy Doody on your kids' show. He had a show called Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah.
And I've only seen trailers on it. It cracks me up. It's so Al. Those of you now know Al. The kids are all in the peanut gallery going, yeah! Alan walks out and they're all going, yay, Al Hamill! And he goes, shut up. It's so funny. And then you become their best friend. Then you sit and talk to them, and they really like you. And how long did that show go on, Al? I didn't know you.
I was with it for 4 or 5 years, but I think it went on for, 6 or 7.
Was there another Al Hamill?
They had people who came in. I can't remember their names. They were good.
Who could fill your shoes?
Well, nobody, of course. Yeah,
No.
size 12 shoes. Yeah. No, the people came in. I can't remember who they were because I was
You wear
on
a
to
size
something
9,
else.
don't you?
Pardon me?
You wear a size 9, don't you?
Shoe?
Uh-huh.
Size 9?
Yeah, don't you wear a
I
9?
haven't worn a size 9 since I was 4 years old.
Oh, so do you wear size 12?
Size 12.
Oh, so if you want to send him shoes, then
Or I can
size 12.
get by an 11 and a half.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Well, it depends on the shoe. Like these shoes I'm wearing right now,
they're very cute.
these are 11s. I should really have an 11 and a half.
I, for years, probably a lot of you will relate to this, wore shoes a whole size too small. Because in my teenage years, I was a size 7.5, and that's when I first started wearing high heels, and I loved them. Yeah, they hurt a little, but so what? Heels hurt. And I went on like that for quite a few years, and heels always hurt, but they look good. And then I went to buy a new pair of shoes one day, and the salesman said, do you want to try on a larger size? And I said, why? And he said, well, your toes are all kind of scrunched together like that. And I said, well, I wear really pointy toes. He said, well, let's just try a size. So he tries a size 8 on. That was a little tight. Then he tried an 8.5, and I went, oh, this is what shoes feel like when they fit right. Oh. Anyway,
So Caroline Keats said I'm 58 from Canada, and I remember the Alan Hamill show.
yeah.
That was the last show I did.
I was around for the Alan Hamill show.
Yeah.
I wasn't around for the Saturday night show or whatever that was.
Nightcap.
Nightcap. And I wasn't around when you were the voice of the CBC and the Olympics and all that.
No.
But when I met you, you were in that, just winding down in that Saturday night show. And then after we were married, you did the afternoon Alan Hamill show, talk show, kind of like Merv Griffin. And then when I got fired from Three's Company, listen to this. He quit his television career in Canada to come down and manage my career. And I said, no, don't do it. The Canadians will be mad at you and me, and you're so good at it. He said, I've done it up here. I've been on so many series for so many years, for decades. He said, you have a real shot. He said, but you don't know what you're doing, because Three's Company just sort of happened. And he said, you'll give it all away. He said, you need management. So he came down and gave up his television career for me. And, am I happy I was fired? Probably no. I would have liked to have. I had plans for the character of Chrissy Snow. I identified Chrissy Snow with the character Edith, Jean Stapleton on All in the Family. And we got to know when Edith was hurt and when she was in her stuff and when she was confused, and she was so full and rounded out. And I wanted a few more years to just round out Chrissy Snow. I don't know where I would have taken her, but with the writing that we had at that time. But wasn't meant to be. And so what's great about what Alan and I did together is we decided not to work for anyone ever again. Now I did later, I worked for ABC for Step by Step. Ironically, it was ABC that fired me, but oh, who cares? And I worked for 7 years with Patrick Duffy, but the difference between that and Three's Company was that I didn't need it. Yeah, that doesn't mean I had so much money I didn't need the money. It wasn't the money. I didn't need it as a vehicle to keep me out in front. And so therefore there was no pressure with that show. It was just going to work every day with that darling man, Patrick Duffy, who we never, 7 years, never a cross thought with that man. We got along so great, and he and Alan get along so great. And we've even gone up to Oregon and stayed with him and fished with him. Because of him, I ate salmon for the first time. And that's when I realized, oh, salmon is good. See, I grew up, my grandfather was a butcher. And so whenever meat or fish was too smelly to sell, he'd wrap it up and bring it home to my mother and say, here, Marion, marinate it in a little vinegar, it'll be fine. So I grew up with rancid meat and fish that had been soaked in vinegar. I swear to God, that's what I grew up on. And so when I had salmon at Patrick Duffy's house, and he had caught it that morning or the day before, and I thought, oh, how am I going to get through this salmon? It's just going to be the four of us at the table. Oh, no. And I tasted, I went, oh, it wasn't stinky. It wasn't rancid. Oh, and that's how I grew to like meat and fish, because they're not stinky or rancid. But if I go in a restaurant and it smells like fish, inevitably the waiter will say, and the special today is halibut, or the special today is salmon. You go, yeah, I know why, because it's stinky.
The special is always fish.
Yeah, it's
always.
They got to get rid of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it stinks when you walk in, really.
Remember that restaurant in Palm Springs on Indian?
Well, it's a special because you get like a batch of fish fresh for the day. So they don't a lot of times they don't have the same fish on the menu because they don't know if they can get it fresh.
Or they buy a batch,
another way of thinking
or they buy a batch of fish for the week, and you go on a Friday night and they're at the tail end of that fish that they bought Monday. There's that. And probably somewhere in between what you said and I said is the fact.
So I remember we went to this restaurant in Malibu.
You and I?
Yeah, and the guy said, do you want to know the catch of the day? And I said, herpes?
Is herpes still around?
Herpes?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Do you hear much about herpes, Caroline?
Yeah, people still get herpes.
They do? You used to, in high school, everybody had a thing growing out of their lip here or a thing growing out of their nose. There was always herpes.
I thought that was like a cold sore. Is that the same as herpes?
Yeah, well, one is herpes simplex 1 and one is herpes simplex 2.
So it depends on who you're dating. Simplex 1
yeah,
or simplex...
cold sores is one type, and then genital sores is another type.
See, that's the question to ask on the first date. Are you simplex 1? Or are you simplex 2? And I'm not going anywhere near your genitals.
I'd be terrified to date today.
Good.
I would.
Good.
I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing is, the better looking and the more interesting the people are, the more likely is they're carrying some kind of communicable disease. Huh?
Is that how you felt about all the
the
nudes in Vegas that we worked with?
Well, I wasn't engaged with those women.
Oh, they would taunt me. The dance captain, they're so used to being on stage nude. They usually had feather bottoms, but they'd come out with their big feather headdresses and the feather skirts, and then no top and long gloves. And so they all walked around the halls, topless, and they didn't even realize it. But the dance captain would come over before the show to sit and talk to Alan about, we're going to do this, and this one's out tonight, so I put that one in tonight. And I'd walk into my dressing room thinking, do I like this? I guess so.
Well,
I'm on stage with them.
She was naked.
They were usually a foot taller than me.
Well, no, that wasn't the
Dance captain?
Dance captain. Those were the showgirls.
Yeah.
The showgirls were tall to begin with, and then they wore like 5 or 6 inch heels
And
on
then
top
the big
of it.
headdresses.
Right. So they were
beautiful.
So when I stopped to talk to them in the hall, I was actually talking to their chests.
Ah,
Yeah.
I bet you hated it.
I hated it. And I had a crick in the neck, so I couldn't look up. I had to just stare straight ahead.
Oh, what
But
a shame.
it created an echo, actually.
Yeah.
I'd say, hello, hello, hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Hey, did you all like our Mother's Day show? That was fun, wasn't it? And I was wined and dined, and I had such a great time with Bruce and Caroline and that amazing dinner. I love those pot stickers.
It was fun.
I could eat them all day, and then the Mongolian lamb, and I ate so many pot stickers. I kind of ruined my appetite for the Mongolian lamb. I bet I had 10 pot
Beef. It was
stickers.
beef. Mongolian beef. Yeah,
Oh.
it was. We did go to town on those pot stickers.
Yeah. When they're hot right out of the pan, you can't not. And I know a lot of you were worried about my big sleeves, and I hadn't planned on doing any cooking that night. I was the mother. I was the guest. But then Caroline said, here, look at these. And so I was watching my sleeve. I didn't burn it or anything, but you're right. Those of you who said proceed with caution. I never cook in those blouses.
So Devin Corliss said, you two crack me up. Good thing I wear poise. What's poise?
I don't know. Maybe it's discreet something.
It's what?
Maybe it's some discreet kind of, if you pee your pants
Oh.
from laughing
Boys
so
are-
hard.
They're adult diapers.
What are they?
Adult diapers.
Adult
Oh.
diapers.
Haven't you ever laughed so hard you peed your pants? I have.
Oh yeah.
Well, isn't that an interesting, shocking admission?
Everybody listening has.
Not so
But-
shocking.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you actually you did a lot of peeing growing up, didn't you? Huh? Yeah, you did. You had a screen over the thing in your bed, and if one drop of water touched the screen, all hell broke loose.
I
Lights
had a
would
bedwetting
flash,
problem.
sirens would go off.
I had a bedwetting problem,
Yeah,
and
it's amazing. That's all you had,
Yeah,
considering
well-
where you were living.
it was a crazy house, and it was how I probably responded to it. So I was so mortified. I'd go over to my friend Sandy Pippinich's house, and I'd wet her bed. I'd wet everybody's bed. I'd babysit over at my Auntie Helen's house, and I always would sleep in their bed while I was waiting for them to come home. And I always wet their bed. It was just awful. And so my mother called up this company called the Night Dry Company. And he came and pitched the whole idea of it. So my mother said, yes, we'll do it. So what the Night Dry Company was they put a screen on my bed, the size of a pillowcase, and you put a clean pillowcase on the screen. And then you go to bed and you turn on the little machine next to the bed. If one drop of water hits it, a light bulb goes on, no shade or anything, bright light, and a bell goes ding, 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 ding. And you have to jump out of bed, and you got to dry off the screen and run into the bathroom and pee and come back and make sure the screen is dry again, and then put a clean pillowcase on it and then go back to sleep. Well, my sister,
It's amazing after all that noise and the lights flashing and the sirens, you didn't poop in the bed.
no, I never did that. But my sister would come home from her dates, and she thought it was so funny to spit on my screen. And she'd either have her friend or her boyfriend there, and then I'm in a stupor and I'm running, doing, and thanks, Maureen. That's what sisters are
As
for.
only a sister could.
As only a sister could.
Yeah, my sister pulled tricks on me too.
Like that. Did you
No.
wet the bed?
Pardon me?
Did you wet the bed?
No.
You didn't have a bed.
I didn't have a bed. I slept with every boarder.
You even slept on the, did you
I-
sleep on the dining room table or in the dining room?
No, my parents slept in the dining room,
Ah,
and I slept with them till I was 8,
with your parents.
with my parents in the dining
How
room.
sweet.
And then after
Did
8,
you have your own bed or a cot or a what?
I don't remember. I think I had a cradle.
So you're 8?
Well, I had a cradle when I was first born. I know that. I don't know what I had. Maybe I slept in the cradle.
Remember when we were in Korea? We were entertaining U.S. soldiers in South Korea and North Korea. At the DMZ, demilitarized zone. but we were staying in a nice hotel in what's the main town?
Seoul.
Seoul, yeah, in Seoul. But what they do in Korea is they heat their floors, which you think nice, huh? You walk around because it's real cold there, and you walk around, your feet are warm, and everything's warm. But the beds were tatami mats on the floor, and it was so hot. It was so hot. So you know where I slept? On the dining room table in the suite.
And you know where I slept?
Where?
Sitting up in a chair.
Yeah, it was too hot to sleep.
And then in the morning, I'm the reason we were staying there, because I wanted to relive what I did in Japan for a number of weeks,
When
every
he was
morning
the
for breakfast.
Announcer for the
Okay.
CBC for the Olympics.
Yeah. So
I brag about you.
thank you. So I called down to room service,
Yeah.
and I said, so we'd like 2 raw eggs. We'd like 2 bowls of rice, really hot. We'd like a pot of jasmine tea, and we'd like a Japanese pear apple. And they said there was something that they couldn't provide. Oh,
Rice.
no rice, toast. I said, hold it. Your whole culture was built on mountains of rice. What goes? This is a Korean hotel. That's why we're here. He said, no, toast. So I called the manager, and he had room service make up 2 bowls of rice.
Now the raw egg,
And
which
they
I
crack-
went.
Well, what you do is if the rice is hot, you break the raw egg into the rice, and it cooks it. Okay, it's great.
It was good. It was good. But is it Korea's culture that was based on rice, or the Japanese
all
and Chinese?
Asians, all Asians, yeah, all Asians, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Japanese, Chinese, Asians.
I worry about. I'm very picky about the rice that I buy. I want it to be from this country because, and worries a prayer for what you don't want. I worry about the rice when we were in China, I saw it. It grows right next to the river. But the river is loaded with chemicals and it's foaming up. Remember all that foam in the river? And then I'm looking over here at the rice thinking, you think that foam, that there's so many chemicals that because it's like a wash, they all drop their crap into the river. You think that's not going to permeate the rice? So when I see Chinese rice, I go, I'm not sure.
I like wild rice.
I like wild rice, but sometimes there's nothing like a bowl of white rice.
Mm-hmm.
It's as satisfying as a bowl of pasta.
I like the sticky rice.
I like sticky rice too.
Yeah.
I just heard a golf ball.
Pardon?
Excuse me.
What did you hear?
Oh, I heard a golf ball that was so close that I wondered if it was going to hit my head, but
Really?
it didn't. Sometimes we find golf balls out here by our pool. We live on a golf course, as you know, and all they do is mow the lawn here. I wake up, I know it's somewhere between 4:30 and 5 because they're mowing the lawn. And then after they mow the lawn, then they blow the lawn. And then by the afternoon, it probably needs some, more mowing, so they mow it some more in the afternoon. It's a lot of work to take care of a golf course. Probably a lot of water, too.
For very few people.
Yeah.
So Joan Lund says she likes brown rice.
I like brown rice, too, very much.
Isn't there a company called Lund
Yeah.
that grows rice, right?
Mhm.
All kinds of rice.
Rice is just, the reason it's been a world staple for so many years, for so many cultures, is it's satisfying. And
Yeah.
when you're running out of food, what's better than a bowl of rice?
Okay, so
They're running out of baby formula.
Connie Fuente said, can we talk about the products, please? Okay.
Okay, Connie.
It's making me hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Caroline put you up to saying that, Connie?
She didn't. She didn't. I was enjoying
The rambling.
rice conversation.
Okay, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's a really good deal today.
You should try the lotus rice, Suzanne. Their rice is very high quality, and they use all kinds of best practices so they don't overuse water. It's a great organic
Okay.
product.
I think you left some here Friday night.
Yes, their rice is fabulous.
Okay.
They're the ones who make the forbidden rice that I get and the jade pearl rice.
I do love that.
I use jasmine rice on Friday.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now
Okay.
I have it.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
Connie, I'm going to tell you all about the products.
But here's the deal.
Yeah, start with that free gift.
If you spend $100, you get a $75 value, and it's great.
Here it is. Here's
Okay.
the ageless serum, $75. Here's the normal size, so you see the difference. Hold the two up. We're not, you can get this, but you're getting
Yeah.
this free, so why do you want to buy the small one?
Yeah, and the bonus size ageless serum, if you guys haven't tried Suzanne's ageless serum, it's one of our #1 selling skincare items. It's loaded with botanical actives that help target fine lines and wrinkles. It brings the spring back to your skin. You use this after you cleanse and before you moisturize, and it just really helps to plump up the appearance of your skin, helps target those fine lines and wrinkles. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous product.
It is, and it is the product that started my line. This and the tanning serum. I said to my formulator, I've got two things I can't live without. Like I told you before, when I first started doing Three's Company and made money of my own for the first time, I thought I can afford to buy the most expensive cream. And it was something from the sea, and it was $150. And the big thing was that it had aloe vera peptides. Was it aloe vera? Yeah.
No, algae.
No,
Algae.
Sea
I
algae.
got my A's mixed up. Sea algae peptides. And I said, can you get close to this? Meaning my $150 cream. She said, I can do so much better. If you remember in your chemistry class, you can't mix oil and water, can you? But if you denature the water, then you can mix it together and make cream. So what does that have to do with the ageless serum? Well, in order to denature the water to make a cream, not our creams, but that cream, it's a drying out process. So you put it on, but while you put it on, it moisturizes, it's drying out. Then you got to use more. I think that's a lot behind it. A lot of things are designed like over-the-counter lip balm. It has petroleum in it, so the petroleum dries out your lips, and then you have to use more and more and more. And you know there are people who are addicted to their lip balm. Do you notice with our lip balm you don't do that? It's because there's no petroleum in it. We decided not to put gasoline in it. Anyway, back to the ageless serum, which is your free gift today if you spend $100. The ageless serum is loaded with sea algae from... What'd you do? What'd you do, Al?
He just flipped the camera, and then he caught himself, and he went, "Whoa!"
I don't know how that happened.
I do.
How?
You fiddle with your fingers. Did you get it
with,
back?
I fiddle with my
It looked
fingers.
cute.
But
Well,
it's back
gonna,
now, isn't it?
pardon me. Yeah, it's all back. Yeah.
It's back,
Paula
yeah.
Moore said, "What about deeper wrinkles?"
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The sea algae peptides. That's the buzz in wrinkles.
Algae.
I said sea algae, didn't I?
You said
Yes.
peptides.
Well,
She said sea algae peptides.
sea algae
She said
peptides.
There you go. I knew that. I was just
Yeah.
testing. Okay.
And I suggest, I've laid these out here in an order which I think makes a lot of sense for you to use them, because a lot of people don't know how to layer them. There's no wrong, but this is more righter. Everyday cleanser, greatest cleanser ever. I will say that. I'll match mine to anybody's, anywhere, anytime. And we've already had 2 women tonight say that they feel the same way about it. The calming toner, which has willow herb and what's the other?
Olive leaf.
Willow herb and olive leaf. I've got a lot of ingredients, so it's hard to keep them in there. No witch hazel, no alcohol, so it doesn't tighten your pores. You go, huh? We don't want you to tighten your pores. We want the toner opens your pores. Huh? Why do you want your pores open? Because when you put the brightening serum on, and the liquid oxygen on, and the ageless serum on, and the bioactive moisturizer, your pores are open to receive layer by layer by layer. It plumps up the skin, fills in the pores, and your skin looks beautiful. Do you ever notice when you use it how beautiful your skin looks? Come here, Al. Show them how cute you are. Look who I'm going to go out for dinner with tonight.
Okay.
I wish I brought my new sunglasses in tonight. I bought the coolest new sunglasses. They're cooler than yours. You look at, isn't he cute?
While Alan is getting settled, you guys, I am going to be doing an after show today on Facebook at 5 and at Instagram through the order of the products and actually use them so you can see how to put them on.
Okay, she's
Okay.
going to do Kimberly well, so take off her makeup.
Yeah. Oh, you guys look so cute.
Well, we're kind of a cute couple.
You are. Spring
Yeah.
in the desert.
So our Mother's Day on Sunday, I had this beautiful Mother's Day Friday night with all of you and Bruce and Caroline. And then we had a lovely dinner and evening. Then we watched the Ricky Gervais special on Netflix after, which is so funny. I've never heard Bruce laugh so hard. And then they went home on Saturday, and on Sunday, our daughter Leslie was with Daisy and Daisy's boyfriend, who I love. I loved her boyfriend the moment I met him, and I spent the morning with him the other morning, and he's just a doll. And Andrew, her boyfriend, that we've had at our house.
We've adopted Andrew.
Yeah, we've adopted him.
Yeah.
And Andrew.
He could be in the will. Andrew might make it to the will.
Andrew leased an Airbnb for the week, and what a beautiful place it was.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. So they made us breakfast, and it was furnished real nice inside, and these Airbnbs come with the great dishes and the placemats and the dish towels and the sheets and the pool towels and the robes and everything. It's like a 4-star, 5-star hotel, but the comforts of home. It's just beautiful. So
Depending on the Airbnb.
yeah, that's the only one I've ever been in, and I was
He's
like,
got great taste.
yeah. Well, have you had bad luck?
Oh, it's just like an Airbnb is like saying I rented an apartment. They come in all different varieties. It just is private ownerships
Oh.
that allow people to stay at their homes.
Well, this is just lovely. We're going home because we were looking for that in Malibu this summer and we couldn't find it. Anyway, so that was our Mother's Day, and then I made us a great dinner last night, and we watched a wonderful movie with Robert De Niro and Ed Norton.
Great acting.
Wow.
And there's a woman in there, I don't know her name.
Is that Mila Jovovich or whatever her name is?
I don't know.
She
But
was amazing.
She
She almost stole the show from the two of them, which was hard.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
She was amazing. The thing is, when someone's that good, you wonder if that's who they really are.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if that's
I
who
wrote-
she really is, she's cool.
Yeah, but she's manipulative and conniving,
Cool.
and her job is to like rope you in.
I know, but I'll tell you, there's something that women know how to do that guys don't.
What's
First
that?
is, and you do this all the time.
What's that?
We can be sitting at a table of 8 people, which
Yeah.
you were the other night. I'm on the other side of that table, which was probably 10 feet away. And Suzanne said, "Oh, I heard you tell so-and-so that we were going to," and I said, "You were in the middle of talking to 4 people."
I hear everything. Don't you hear everything?
And the
We're
other thing-
hardwired.
The other thing
We are
is,
hardwired to hear everything.
We're hardwired
Okay,
to hear the
you're-
baby in the
okay,
other room.
Okay, the other thing is,
Uh-huh.
and I don't like generalizing about gender or anything,
Yeah.
but I have to tell you that every woman I've ever known has this ability. It's an ability.
What is it?
It's a talent.
What is
okay?
what is our talent?
Okay, if there's something important that you want to have happen, okay, you don't just bring it up. What you do is, like in television, sitcom,
Yeah.
you lay pipe.
Lay the
You call it
pipe.
laying pipe, okay?
You start a
lay-
month in advance.
Yeah, months in advance. And Leslie
Leslie is the queen of
She's
that.
the queen, okay?
She does that.
Oh, yeah. But guys don't know how to do that.
No.
If we think of something, we go, "Whoa."
Right. We were.
I have to get back to my.
The show's almost
My
over, but I
job.
want to tell you a Ed Norton story. One of our greatest actors.
Well, he was one of the actors in the movie last night.
That's why I'm going to tell it.
Okay.
So we were in
London.
London, okay. And we get on the plane, and we're in first class, and there are only 5 people in first class. Alan and I, Ed Norton, this
Rick Yoren,
famous agent, and
famous director,
the director.
who did the movie on cocaine.
Yeah, what was his name? But anyway,
Yeah.
none of us knew one another, and we're taking off, and then all of a sudden something's wrong. Something's
With the
wrong
plane.
with the plane. And you're hearing, and then you look out, and oh, There's a fire in that engine. Whoa.
Yeah, but you know what? Then the British captain came on.
Yeah, but then,
And-
wait.
Okay.
Then there was another engine that was on fire. And then over here, there's an engine on fire. And the captain comes on and says, you do it. You'll do it really well, Al.
No, actually, there was only one engine on fire.
No, 3.
No, 3 engines on fire, and we'd be in the English Channel.
I thought it was 3. I've always thought it was 3.
No, I have
Okay,
to.
well, I didn't mean to exaggerate.
No, you weren't exaggerating. I think you know what it was. I think you fell asleep between each one. So every
No, I
time
did
you woke
not.
up, yeah,
No, there was definitely trouble. There's trouble.
There
You
was
see
trouble.
Flames coming
Right,
out of an engine.
right.
Let's
So
say
the
it was one
captain, the
engine.
captain came on with his charming accent. He was cheerful, and he told us all that everything was
Now
okay.
do the accent.
I can't do that. It's just too much.
He said,
too,
well,
too big
we
for
have a
me.
bit of a problem,
Yeah.
and so we're going to turn back. No, don't worry, we're going to turn back.
Yeah, but before,
first,
right,
yeah.
We have to get rid of all the fuel. And I
So-
thought, well, they just open like a big door and all the fuel falls out. Nuh-uh-uh. The fuel comes out very slowly at the tip of the wings. And I'm thinking, engine on fire
And gasoline.
and gasoline,
Me too.
or whatever they
Maybe
use for
that's why I thought there were
airplanes.
3.
So we circled for like, I don't know, an hour, at least an hour. And then we landed, and they put us into the special,
All 5 of us.
yeah, all of us, and they started bringing hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and so we were eating a lot of hors d'oeuvres and drinking a lot of drinks.
And so we're all telling stories and getting to know one another and liking one another. And then Ed Norton becomes Jackie Gleason,
Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson.
He does the best Johnny
That's
Carson.
right. It was a long time ago.
He does the best Johnny Carson I've ever heard anybody
Yeah,
do.
it was
okay?
like Johnny was sitting there.
Yeah.
And he kept us entertained. And I was reminded last night watching this movie on Netflix, of which I don't know the name of it, but if it's De Niro and...
It's called The Stone.
That's right, The Stone, because his name was Stone. That's right. I was reminded last night again of what an extraordinary actor he was. And to hold his own, more than hold his own, with Robert De Niro. And then this girl comes along who blows the 2 of them away. Well, not quite, but the director director must have loved making this movie,
yeah.
because every word out of every one of their mouths was perfect, and I love excellence. So anyway, if you get a chance, see Stone. If you get a chance, come back and see us. Today's Wednesday. Come Wednesday, and we'll do this again. And remember, it makes a big difference if you use products without chemicals. It really does. It really does. I don't know how to emphasize that more. And it's not who you are. It's not what you do. It's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. And I love you all so much. I love you, Al, and I love you, Caroline. I love all of you. Good night.
I love you too.